name is Shadavia Shandon, and I'm excited to be here.
What do you do for a living?
I am in the insurance industry. I'm a trainer and a coach for our specialty consultants.
Awesome. And do you have children?
I do. I have a daughter. She just turned 18, graduated high school, off to college soon. I'm going to be an empty nester, and I'm a little nervous about it.
That's awesome. So what is a woman to you in early childhood?
You know, I grew up in a very militant household, and my mom, I grew up listening to like Sister Souljah. I grew up listening to Bob Marley. I grew up listening to a lot of like revolutionary music, to where, to me, a woman was a fighter. A woman was a warrior, and she was strong and solid in her convictions. And for me, that's something that I took on. Early on as a child, I knew I wanted to be that girl.
So what changed in your mindset from 8 years old to older?
I would say some of the choices that were presented, kind of some of the choices that my mom made, kind of the experiences that I went through, made me see not only my mom, but just women and womanhood differently. Going through the things that I've been through really put me in a position of vulnerability and made me feel like a woman isn't protected. Just as strong as I thought she was before, I also felt like maybe women aren't protected. Maybe I need to become harder, stronger to protect myself, since what I'm seeing and what I'm experiencing isn't women being protected. But it also, in that same sense and that vulnerability, made me want to be softer, because growing up until that point, everything around me was about being strong. However, that strength put her in a position to be taken advantage of, put her in a position to expose her children to things that, for me, even at a very early age, I knew that wasn't something I wanted to do. I knew that wasn't the type of mom I wanted to be. So where it put me in a mindset of, I want to be better. I want to be different. I want to present myself different, but also be a better mom. At a very early age, I knew the kind of mom I wanted to be because of the type of mom I had.
Excellent. So now looking back, hindsight being 2020, would you say that the mistakes that mom made, you kind of viewed her in her humanity? And I ask that because I equate that to my father. My father was my superhero person. He was my primary parent. And so when he started making choices, like in my teen years, I kind of, my perspective shifted of him, and I kind of saw him as like, you are not Superman, you're more human than what I envisioned you before. So would you say that's what happened with mom? Or
honestly, I would say the opposite. I would say the complete opposite, because a lot of the things that happened were her choice or her doing, to where I feel like it almost dehumanized her to me and made me feel like, how could you? Okay. Why would you? Type thing, to where I didn't. It wasn't until later on in life that I had to realize, when I became a mother, that I realized, oh, maybe she was, I never want to say just doing her best, because if that was your best, ma'am, come on now. But I will say that when I had a child, I realized I had to see, like, well, if I had 9 kids, I might be a little overwhelmed.
You're one of 9.
I'm one of 10.
One of 10.
One of 10. Okay. So I wasn't even including myself in that. If I had 10 kids,
that's,
well, maybe just maybe, things could be difficult. However, a lot of the difficulty she placed on herself, to where it also, once I became an adult, had my own child, I did a lot of self-reflection, and a lot of things stood out to me. Like, well, how did you allow that to happen as a mother, as a woman, if you knew the potential risk or whatever the case may be? How did you allow this to happen? It's kind of the thoughts I had when I got older, and I made sure to set myself apart and make sure that my daughter never had those experiences.
That's patient. So how old were you when you had the idea that this was what you wanted to do?
I went into the system, I was 9, about to be 10. April of 1999.
You're a Taurus?
Nah, I'm a Leo, but April is when I went. My birthday's in August.
Okay.
Nonetheless. And it was hard, right? So being torn from the only family you ever knew, but also being rescued from this terrible situation.
Yeah.
It was,
Were you solely raised by mom? Like dad wasn't a part of the picture? Or
my dad lived around the corner from me for 7 years and I didn't know he was my dad.
Okay.
So yeah, he was in the picture. I knew that man. I used to see him every Sunday. He actually was the church van bus driver.
Okay. But you just didn't know
I didn't know he was my
your
dad.
father.
My brother used to tease me and say, that man is your dad. That's your dad.
And you was probably like, no, he ain't.
Because I had a dad at home. And I was like, that's not my dad. That's my
okay.
dad.
Yeah.
That man
Who
do
was
kind
the
of
man
look like
at
me.
home?
That man did look like me, though. I remember thinking, like, dang, his face is my face. It's so weird that he looks like me. Just a man, my mom's husband.
Oh, okay.
Just a man.
And was he a sibling's father?
Yeah, he is two of my siblings' father.
Okay.
Mm.
So the church fan man is your father.
Yep.
Oh, and you are in foster care and you want to emancipate yourself.
Yeah. So I knew, like I said, going into it was a huge transition, feeling one way about, oh no, this is terrible, but hey, this is kind of better than what I've been going through. But I knew that I didn't want to do it. I knew that if I couldn't be at home, I don't know these people. They're not treating me nicely. I don't want to do this. I knew that I could do it by myself, that I could just take care of myself. Why? Why do I need these people that are just getting a check that treat me like crap? So I think it was about 3 years after I had been in the system, 3-4 years after I'd been in the system, I started researching it, looking into it. Like, what do I have to do? What do I need to do?
How did you hear about it? Like, did somebody mention it, or did you just have this feeling like I could take care of myself and let me see what's going to take
it's so
for me to take care of
funny
myself?
that you say that. Mariah Carey, The Emancipation of Mimi.
Shut up.
I didn't know what the word meant. And I looked it up and I was like, emancipation? So wait, you saying I could do this? And I looked into it.
Okay, shout out to Mariah Carey because that was one of her most banging CDs.
Oh, I love that CD.
I love that CD.
I played it on repeat.
Okay, so Emancipation of Mimi, you thought you heard a word, you had no idea what it meant, and you was like, let me look it up.
Yep. And
lo and behold, it leads you to your freedom.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely. And once I researched it, once I found out what the word meant, I looked into it. I talked to I think it's my social worker at the time. And I just like, what do I have to do? And they were like, you have to prove that you can do it on your own. So I got a job. I got good grades. I did all the things I needed to do. I ended up getting a place. I ended up doing all the things I needed to do.
How you get a place? What year is this?
05, 06.
Okay.
Yeah.
I graduated in 2001. So I'm like, in the 90s, you couldn't get an apartment.
No. It was in the early 2000s.
Okay.
And I didn't get an apartment. I ended up getting a space. I ended up being able to rent a space at an approved house. It was like a friend's house and I ended up renting the space. So I didn't have my own place, but it was my own space.
You had your own room.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I was surprised that they approved it, but they did because I had been so on it. Like you have to go to court and show them your documents and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I made sure I had everything. I made sure that what I was presenting was on point, that you can double check. I have my hours and I had to do community service and just a bunch of stuff to make sure it happened.
Yeah.
It didn't happen for some years. It was not right away.
Okay.
I didn't emancipate until I was 16 and a half, about to be 17.
So it took about almost 3 years.
About 3 years. And then once they felt that I was sufficient, I think they was just waiting until I was old enough because I was pretty young.
They were like, we can't let this
when I wanted to do it all, they were like,
we can string her along till she about 16.
And I think that's exactly what happened. And I was about 16, 17 years old and they were like, here you go, you're free. And I was actually living with my blood aunt, my biological aunt at the time, my dad's sister. And that was probably the worst foster home I ever lived in my life. And I had been in a couple. My dad's sister, she lives right here in Sacramento, California as well. I hope you see this. It's probably the worst situation I had ever lived in because she was my blood aunt and she charged me rent, although she was getting a check for me. I had to buy my own food. It was a whole thing. It was, And then once I emancipated, she claimed me on her taxes to where I couldn't file my own taxes. So my turned 18, first time I can file my taxes.
Right.
I've been out your house for quite some time. The lady went and filed taxes for me, claimed me, and I didn't get a dime just starting out, trying to get myself together.
Right.
Fun times. Thank you so much for that.
How many, did you have very many aunts on mom or dad's side? And were they any parts of your life at all?
Besides this aunt, my dad's sister, he only has one sister. And then my mom, she has, I don't know exactly how many how many sisters and exactly how many brothers, but she has 20 siblings in total. So I don't know how many sisters or how many brothers, but she's got tons of family members and relatives. Unfortunately, based on her decisions and her choices, she was exiled from the family at a very early age. And I do mean exiled, like get up out of here. And she fled to California, where I was born. And that her family did not want anything to do with her, and they didn't want anything to do with her children either.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is.
Because I was going to ask, like, are there grandparents? Like, from what you know, like, did she come from, like, what we would classify as a good family?
No.
Okay.
No, not that I know.
So
but I don't know anything about them because she came out here, she was 19 years old, 20 years old, and she came by herself. She didn't bring anything or anyone, to where I was born just a few years after she came out here, to where I only know her. And then I've never met her family members or I've never met any aunts or cousins or siblings or anything like that. So I only know what she's told me. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how far you can throw that.
Yeah.
I don't know how far you could take it.
Adult, coming into full womanhood, where does your path lead you?
So what are we, about 18, 19 years old? So pretty much up until this point, I didn't have a family, right? I have family, but I never really had a family. So at this point, all I could think about was making my own family, having my own family. When I was younger, like I said, when I was about 8, 9 years old, I knew the kind of mom I wanted to be. I knew I wanted to be a mom. I knew that I wanted to be a wife. I wanted to do these things. So that's what I set out to do. I met a man. And he sold me a dream. He heard what I wanted, and he portrayed himself as such. We were engaged to be married. We lived together. Later on, when I got older, I realized the term for what he did to me. It's called Stockholm Syndrome. Mm-hmm. He took me away from everything that I knew. Now, obviously, not family, but friends and just everything that I knew. It'd take me away from that and made me feel comfortable, and then snatched the rug out from under me. But my daughter was planned. We talked about, the family that we wanted. We talked about what we wanted to do, and we planned my daughter. And well, I thought we were gonna have a son, and she knows that. But we planned my baby, and we were engaged to be married. We're planning a wedding, doing all these things, and then his wife. His wife contacted me and said, are you sure you want to marry my husband? And I said, no, I don't want to marry your husband. I want to marry my husband. And come to find out, he had been married our entire relationship. Now, I guess they lived in a different city. But after that all came out, I was already pregnant and we were already planning our wedding. I don't believe in abortion, so I was not going to terminate my pregnancy. However, I terminated the relationship, of course. But that was just another dream soiled, right? I was supposed to be having this beautiful family, this everything I've ever dreamed with this man. Come to find out, he's already got that with somebody else, to where from there on out, it was pretty much just me and my daughter. And I knew that despite me being let down about the family aspect, a family is two people gathered. So I built a family with my daughter, and I put my everything into that baby, and she's amazing.
How old were you when you had her?
I was 20. I was 20 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So touching on the relationship with the man, like just take me through that.
In what regard? Like, what do you mean?
If you saw him today, and not him, but that personality, that kind of man, how would you be able to identify it?
The woman I am today wouldn't even be in the places that he would be in. The woman I am today wouldn't even remotely entertain that type of man. But how can I identify it? he ain't got nothing going for himself. It's all a front. It's all just to put on to make himself seem bigger and better than he is. He has nothing. He's not saying anything. He's only giving you surface level baloney. You don't have to have a conversation with me, sweetie. You need to present yourself as a man. And because I was a child, I was a little girl, I really didn't have the experience I needed to understand that what he's saying is baloney, what he's saying isn't true. And you need to maybe question, because another thing young girls don't do is question things.
Mm-hmm.
You just take it, you run with it. You take things at face value.
Right, because why would he lie?
Why would he lie to me?
Why would anybody lie?
He loves me.
Right.
And I was really naive when I was young, too. I was really naive in reference to people lying because I'm such an upfront, open book kind of person. I truly thought people was just straightforward. Like, I don't lie unless I'm trying to get out of trouble. Like, a ticket, something like that. There's no need for me to lie. I don't even know you. Why would I lie to you? That's stupid. But I had to realize that everyone isn't the same. And some people make a career out of lying. Some people truly are con artists. Some people are grifters. Some people just do this as their hustle, as their source of entertainment. I don't know. But that type of man is a con artist and a grifter who preys on young, impressionable girls who are easily manipulated and easily able to control or just pull a wool over their eyes, because a grown woman has been through experiences and dealt with that. And a grown woman isn't going to allow you to just do those things. I'm not.
Maybe and also taking into consideration, you had a strong desire, like you're just coming out of childhood. And so now starting fresh and as an adult, you have a strong desire to build this family, something that you've been longing for so long. And you have a person who's like, hey, I want a family too. Yeah. You know, the alignment.
Yeah.
And so naturally in your heart, and I think it's a catch-22 thing to say, because it normally falls on women, where we have to have all of these tools because the men are normally the ones who are presenting as something that they're not. And they want us. There's something that they see about us that they want, and they desire to have us, but not necessarily to be in relationship with us.
Yeah.
And so they present as something that they're not, and they tell us that they're going to give us what it is that we want. Yeah. And because we desire something, you know,
it's easy to believe.
We're at fault.
Yeah.
Because we desire to have love and a family. When actual is victim. It's victim blaming.
For sure. I absolutely agree with that, because it wouldn't work on someone who is questioning what you're saying. If this person learns what you want, learns what you're interested in, learns what your desires are, and then gives them to you, or at least gives you the idea that they will give them to you, kind of dangles it in front of your face, like, ooh, I'm going to give you this family, this love that you've always ever wanted, and even will kind of put a facade on for a temporary moment to be that person that you thought they were going to be. And then next thing you know, somebody completely different.
Yeah. Did you have any issues with yourself after this happened? Because, you know, you start off as the 8-year-old who is listening to Sister Soldier, and we are a strong woman, and then we follow that path into young adulthood. We emancipate ourselves, you know, we hold on to this dream and we make it come to fruition, and then you become an adult and you are preyed upon and you have a child. Like, was there any time where you kind of internalized that, or did you hit the ground running because now you have a child?
Yeah, I hit the ground running. I think the internalization didn't come until later in life, when I had time to sit and actually think. I had a brand new baby. And for me, because my mom didn't do those things, I wanted to put my all into my daughter. I wanted to give her a life that I didn't have, expose her to things I've never or hadn't experienced, and give her a love that I knew I needed and that every kid does. So yeah, I hit the ground running. I dove headfirst into motherhood. Honestly, my daughter's first few years of her life, my whole living room was decorated as a classroom. Tell me about motherhood. Motherhood is beautiful. I have truly enjoyed motherhood. It'll be 19 years this year of me being a mother. And it's so crazy because just to watch this little girl grow up and become the young lady that she is. My daughter bought me a muffler today.
A muffler?
A muffler.
Like for a vehicle?
$305. My daughter replaced the muffler on the car outside today. And I did not ask her to. She offered. I needed a muffler. I know, right? We needed a muffler. And she was like, well, Mom, I can help out. She's been working. And it's just really nice to be able to be so proud of the child you raised, because I know some of her peers would have felt like, well, this is my money and she can figure it out and all these different things. And we even had a conversation and she was like, she did not think half of her friends would have done that. But for me, motherhood has been rewarding, challenging, beautiful, so many different things. I love it. I absolutely love it. I don't want no more kids. It's definitely one and done for me. No, thank you. I used to want a son. I used to want a second kid. I always thought maybe 7 to 10 years after my daughter was born, my real husband would come into my life and I would have another kid. But that has not happened yet. So it's looking like one and done. And that's okay because I got stuff to do. I want to travel. I've got things to do and see and places to go. So, yeah.
How was the pregnancy experience?
I thought I was the most beautiful pregnant woman in the world. I felt like I was the only woman who had ever done it. It was pretty easy. Honestly, I didn't really have a challenging pregnancy. Now, obviously, I was doing it by myself, so I didn't have the experience that most women have, as far as somebody there helping you if you got cravings and things like that. If I had cravings, I just had to go out and figure it out. But I was really proud of myself, and I was so proud of this baby that I was raising or that I was creating. And I worked pretty much my whole pregnancy. I wore heels. I took nude photos. I thought I was just the most beautiful pregnant woman in the world. It was really awesome. I loved it.
What were some things that you were intentional about as far as like your pregnancy and being a mother? Coming from where you came from, having this ideology in your head of like, I'm going to be polar opposite of what I've experienced as far as women thus far. What was it that you were like very adamant about that you were going to put? Yes, but you thought you were having a boy and now you're having a girl. What was your thought process about that? Like, was there any nervousness or anything, or was it just still sheer excitement?
No nervousness. So I will say I did not talk to her I didn't talk to him or them. I don't know. I didn't talk to the baby for 2 days. Once I found out it was a girl, I didn't talk to her for 2 days. I used to talk to my belly everywhere we went. I was talking to the belly like, all right, baby, we got to go do this. We got to go do that. I was kind of just narrating my life to my baby. And then I found out it was a girl and I was like, I don't know what to say to you. I had been talking to it like a boy the entire time. And then once I found out it was a girl, and I was like, I can still talk to you the same way. So that's the only kind of hesitation I had from boy to girl. But no, I was excited. And I think the one thing that I knew that I was going to do or that I wasn't going to do, the one thing that I knew I was going to do is be there and be a present mom. And whether that meant I had to, work at night where she was sleeping or whatever that meant, I knew I wanted to be present. And one thing I never wanted to do or never expose her to was a life of chaos. I wanted my daughter to have a life of peace. Stability was really important to me. I moved around a lot when I was a kid. I went to 4 different high schools for my freshman year.
Oh, wow.
Just my freshman year. So I knew stability was really important to me, and I didn't want her bouncing from place to place to place. So I knew that I wanted to give her a life of just peace, ease, and fun. That's all I wanted to do. And I'm confident that if you were to interview her, she would say she received that.
She got peace, ease, and fun.
Yes.
I want to ask about the click. Did you have a click moment? And what I mean by that, I had a click moment, and I've talked to other women who have had a click moment. When you're young and you have a child, you have this ideology, whether it's a TV mom, a real mom that you know in person, of how you want to mom like something like you're emulating motherhood. And then one day there's a click, and I think it comes with self-assurance and maturity, where you're like, I don't have to play a character. I can just be me, who I authentically want to be. And I don't have to do what others. I got free will. I can change anytime I want to,
Mhm.
and I can show up however it is that I want to.
Mhm.
So, did you ever have a moment like that?
I never had that moment because I never had a mom I was emulating. I was being the mom I wish I had.
Okay.
I was just being the mom that I wished I had. And she was free to do what she wanted to do already because I didn't have a good example. So I was just doing what I thought I would have wanted. The kid, you know what I mean? What I would have wanted. I guess change in that came when my daughter got older and started making her own mistakes. And I was like, maybe what I wanted isn't the best. Maybe what I wanted isn't what she needed. But
how old do you think she was and how old was she and you?
This happened last year. So she was 17, about to be 18. I was.
So you almost made it to the end.
Yeah, almost. Don't get me started on that.
So let's talk about how it feels to be a woman of a certain age. How about that? Or do you prefer middle age? Because if you live to 70, middle age is 35.
I prefer tenderoni, but
okay. Auntie?
I don't like auntie. Auntie is offensive.
Okay.
Auntie.
Cougar?
I could be a cougar. Give me a couple more years, but I don't know. For me, when I hear auntie,
like cougars are like 50.
Yeah, cougars are pretty. That's an older thing, but I feel like auntie. I associate that with drug addicts. I don't like the term auntie.
Do you?
Because people who sell drugs, but like auntie, I don't like that term. I don't do drugs. Don't say that to me. I'm not nobody's auntie. I don't even have no nieces or nephews.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
How old are you?
I'm 37. I'll be 38 in August. I guess it's a roller coaster of emotion journey. There are exciting pieces and there are some uncertainties. I only have one kid. She's going away to college. And all these years I've just been her mom. Obviously, I've done lots of things in my life, but I've primarily just been being her mom. And of course, I'm going to continue to be her mom, but I am really in a position and in a place in my life where I'm learning who I am again. I'm learning who I'm going to be, learning new interests, new hobbies, new things, figuring out who Shadavia is in this next chapter of my life. I'm getting old. And
who is Shadavia in this next chapter of her life? What are some new things you've discovered that you for lack of a better word, discovered? What are the differences? What has changed?
I discovered that the things that I wanted or that I thought I wanted before are no longer important to me. The things that I thought I wanted, like, I don't know if I want to get married anymore because every day somebody's husband shows me why I shouldn't do it. Every day, whether it's on TV, in person, social media, regardless, somebody's husband embarrasses them, makes me feel like maybe, just maybe, this ain't what I want.
Yeah.
And I'm learning that the things that I desired or the things that I thought I wanted for my life are not necessarily what this Shadavia wants. I just want to travel. I want to eat good and have peace and just be me and do me, really. All the things I thought I wanted or thought I would be doing by now, they're in the back of my mind. They're not even my interest anymore. So I'm learning who I am and what I want to do. And the only thing that I know for sure is travel. I need to get some stamps on my passport. That's it. That's all. That's what I want to do. I want to be on a beach somewhere with a drink in my hand, letting the sun shine down on me. I just want to soak in all of my hard work. I've been in my career for going on 11 years. I've worked really, really hard to provide a life for myself and for my daughter. I've set myself up for success. I am comfortable and I'm just ready to have fun and live and really make good memories that don't include being a mom, that aren't surrounded around being a mom. It's just being Shadavia.
Or a wife.
No.
They're not really inclusive of somebody else.
Yeah.
It's just you defining yourself and not somebody else's presence.
Absolutely.
Giving you anything.
Yeah, I don't need anybody else.
Peace look like for you?
Peace for me is definitely got music involved. I need some music. And not, what they say. I don't need that hippity hop.
Oh, so not the Yin Yang Twins concert that we seen you at. We was all having a good time.
I just went to the Juvenile concert and it was cool. But I'm also learning that about myself, is that what I thought I was into is not what I'm into. Because I was there like, ooh, Lord, I want to go home.
All that noise. It sounds like
cracking. So when I say music, I'm thinking I've got my candles lit, some light music going. Or one of my favorite things to do is to ride my bike. I have like a little cruiser. It's pink. I've got a basket on it. I put my speaker in it and I just ride. Honestly, that's a beautiful, peaceful day for me. If I could just ride my bike and go down a trail and, see some flowers and listen to my music and just having a good time and then get some good food afterwards, girl, it's a good day. A nice massage and some shopping.
Oh, massages are amazing.
I had one the other day. It was amazing.
Oh my gosh. You like pressure or no pressure?
I like pressure, but they always leave me sore afterwards. Like he took out the kinks I had and then gave me other kinks. Yeah. So it was a
skin be just like.
And I got a salt scrub. It was really nice. It was really nice.
Okay.
But trying new restaurants, taking myself out. I'm my favorite date. I hate when I'm out and people are like, "Oh, you too beautiful to be alone." I'm my favorite date. I'm with who I want to be with. Like when I'm by myself, I get to leave when I want to leave, stay if I want to stay, do whatever I want to do, how I want to do it. If I'm with so-and-so, I got to do what so-and-so wants to do it. I don't like that. I enjoy my solitude. And that doesn't always mean curled up in a corner with a good book, which I like that too. But sometimes I can be out amongst a group, be in my own space. So peace is just within me. I can find peace wherever I'm at.
I have started telling people that I am the love of my life.
I love that.
It took me years to get to a place where I was okay with being just me by myself, because I was a young mother too. So my son is about to be 20. I've been a mother for 20 years now. And before, it's 21 if you count pregnancy. Yeah. And so married for 21 years. So I've always been with somebody. I went from my daddy's house to my husband's house. And so I love being by myself and being with me. I'm a vibe. Yeah. Like Willow Smith. I'm a vibe.
Definitely a vibe. And dealing with, so I'm a little nervous about that. I already don't sleep well, and I understand that that's a part of it. I already be hot, and I understand that that's a part of it.
So how long you been not sleeping well and hot?
I don't know.
Since pregnancy?
Forever. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't sleep good. I don't sleep well at all. But I be burning up. I'm always hot. I'm always just burning up. I'm sweating right now. So I'm definitely not looking to get any hotter. That doesn't sound good.
I know I'm in Perry, but I don't get hot flashes. Like my mom just woo. But I be sweating profusely at night. Like I put powder all in my areas. I'll be having to put a towel. Yeah. Because my booty crack be. I'll be like, why am I wet?
I'm not looking
wake
forward
up
to
boobs wet. I sleep with the air on 68. But when I wake up in the morning, freezing. Yeah. And I be cold all day. When the sun go down, my body be like, it's time to turn up.
It's time to turn up.
I'll be like, what are you doing?
That's too funny.
But outside of that, like, and I think my emotions definitely are unstable. I'll be like, yeah, I'm on some bullshit right now. I need to go take a nap or something, or be by myself, right? Whatever. So, but I don't know. Like, is that menopause, or is that just because I'm older and I'm on some I don't give a fuck shit no more?
Probably a little bit of both, though.
Artistic stuff. Okay. Your movies and your acting and your voice and stuff. Like, just talk about it as if something like you're just passionate about and you like doing. And how long have you been doing that? Has it been a while?
Well, you see,
I feel like it's fairly new, like the last five years.
Acting?
All of it.
No, I did comedy. I did stand-up comedy for 3 years. I did poetry for 4 years.
When did it start?
Since I was a kid, really. I've always been.
So you've been theatrical.
Yeah, I've always been theatrical, girl. I'm a character in myself.
Yourself in 10 years.
In 10 years, I see myself established, and not that that I'm not now, just more established in every regard. As far as right now, I've got my career and I've got my house and things like that, but I've got business goals that I want to accomplish. I've always wanted to have a daycare, and that's not something I want to do right now. I'm well too young to be doing a daycare, but in 10 years, I'll be right on track to start doing it. So I want to have my businesses and my side ventures set up and established and rolling, and even have staff fully taking care of those things, because I'm going to be traveling. So I have a staff taking care of that. I have a few business ideas that are going to take a nice amount of money, right? So I'm getting my money up now so I can invest in those things and set myself up to where I don't ever plan on leaving my career, but I've always had entrepreneurial things going on the side. And I want to be in a position to where my entrepreneurship and my businesses flow smoothly without me being on site, without me being there whatsoever. All I need to do is make a phone call, check in, make sure everything's good. And then again, I'm going to be traveling. I plan on having me somebody's handsome son all up in my face.
Okay, Stella.
All up in my guts. Every chance he gets. And yeah, that's pretty much all. That's it. Just established, because I'm pretty good in life right now, but I want to be traveling. I want to be on a different beach every 2 weeks. I want to be here, I want to be there, doing all type of things, and being taken care of emotionally.
What's your first spot you want to go to? First beach you want to go to with somebody's son?
Mauritius.
You want the son to be there and you meet the son there, or he gonna come with you?
He can come with me. I don't want to meet him. I'm not a meet him there type of girl. Okay. That's nasty. I don't want to do all that. No, he'll come with me, and we're gonna go, right, and we're gonna go on a trip, and he's got something lovely planned for us. Yeah,
something definitely real cute. Channel Jennifer Lewis. Yes.
He's got something planned for us. He's got something really nice planned for us. Yeah, it's all about me.
And where is Mauritius?
Mauritius, Africa.
Oh, which continent? No, country.
That I'm not sure of. Okay. I think Mauritius is the country.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Mauritius is the country.
Okay. I'm still learning so much about Africa.
I think Mauritius is the country on the continent of Africa. Okay. And I'll have to find the beach.
And is it coastal?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, and it's beautiful. From what I've seen, it's absolutely gorgeous. Everywhere though, everywhere. I went to the Virgin Islands already, and I was like, I definitely got to get back there. I want to go to Guam. Guam is really beautiful. Of course, all of the marquee places that you see are cool, but I want to go to places that are untapped territories.
Yes.
That are
got a bunch of sunscreen in the water.
Exactly. I want to go places that aren't high tourist attractions. I'm not trying to be on some secluded desert, but I also don't want to be where a bunch of people are. I want to have an exclusive experience that's all about
still beautiful.
Yes, beautiful. Yeah. And all about me. Let's make sure we get it back to that. Massages and wines and champagnes and savory dishes.
Yes. Yes.
And somebody's handsome son.
Yes.
All up on me.
Come here, please.
Yes. Yes.
My glass is empty. Why? I don't know.
Right. And then I do a little work on my laptop, check in, make sure everything's going good, pay some bills, check out, sign some checks, and get that taken care of, and get right back on the water.
How are we getting there? What advice you got to say to yourself that you want to carry with you for the next 9 years to get you to that place?
I would say she's already got everything she needs inside of her. Keep doing what you're doing, Mom. Keep doing what you're doing. You've already set yourself up this far. Lay the foundation for the things you want to do for the next chapter of your life. Make the investments you need to make. Do the research that you need to do. And don't compare yourself to anyone. You are exactly where you need to be. You have exceeded any expectations. You have exceeded any statistic. I'm so proud of the woman that you are, and I'm so proud of the woman that you're going to be. And I just can't wait. So I would say keep up what you're doing and keep adding to what you're doing.
Bonus question. Are grandchildren in this 10-year, because she's 19 now, she's going to be 29 by then. Do you foresee grandchildren? Has she ever discussed family, grandchildren, anything?
I am insistent upon grandchildren. She does not
Okay.
want children. I'm insistent. I have one kid, and no, I will have grandchildren. She must.
At least one.
She must. I need two.
Okay.
Okay. I need two so I can spoil them equally. However, we have discussed it, and I told her not for 10 years. So at least for 10 years. I told her anything after 26, I can be proud of. Anything before 26, I'm going to shake my finger at you. But after 26, I could be proud of that. But I would prefer her to be at least 30 just to have herself live your life. You know, I spent most of my years being her mom, and I wouldn't take that back or change that at all. However, she's not in a position where she has to do that. She didn't have to do that. She's set up to where she can live her life and have the experiences she needs and wants, and then go live your life. My journey was a little bit different. I needed my baby. She was everything I needed, right on time. She gave me the motivation I needed to succeed. But I want her to live her life and have experiences before she has kids. But she must have them too, please. A boy and a girl, 2 boys, 2 girls. I don't care. Just 2 of them. Yeah, but I would love grandchildren. I can't wait. I'm so excited to be a grandma. Don't tell her that. I don't want her thinking, I don't want this soon, but I think about being a grandma all the time. I can't wait.
Me too.
Because
you got a name?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Yeah, I can't tell you because they're going to take it.
Oh,
they're going to
true
take
story.
it.
True story. I could be anything. A me mall, a mall, a whole mall, whatever.
And I've never heard mine. And that's why I don't share it, because I've never heard anyone call their grandmother that. I want to be called it.
Well, I can't wait to call it to you. As soon as you become a grandma, I'll be like, what's your name?
I can't wait.
And I'm going to call you.
I can't wait. And then, I plan on just treating them to do everything. I can't wait. And I can't wait till my daughter tells me that they can't do something, they can't have something. Shh, come on, grandma.
Put it in a car.
Right. Listen, don't tell your mom.
It'll be there tomorrow.
Don't tell your mom that over here we be doing that.
I'm not even going to be the don't tell your mom. I'm doing it in their face.
No, I'm going to be the don't tell your mom kind of. Yeah, we got secrets at grandma's house. We eat candy at nighttime at grandma's house.
Because my grandkids are going to have their own bedroom with their own clothes and stuff. We don't need your clothes.
Don't bring nothing over here.
Matter of fact, let me change them.
Yeah.
When they walk through the front door.
My grandkids won't need
Put on your little slippers, have your little robe on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on and eat these grapes. I'm going to drink my wine. You get your little apple juice.
Exactly. But no, I want to be the kind of grandma that don't tell. I want us to have secrets from them. Yeah, because I want us to have secret, just little grandma time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, when I go to grandma's house, one day they actually slip up and when I go to grandma's house,
let you do what?
Right, we be having cupcakes. You're not supposed to eat cupcakes. Well, grandma lets me have them.
Mom.
Yeah.
Such and such said you be and did.
And sure do. And baby, would you like one right now? So I can't wait. I look forward to being a grandmother. It's gonna be great.
Awesome.
Yeah.